What is a dead giveaway that someone is an only child? I'm an only child. One huge difference I see time and time again with those who have siblings: they had much more exposure to a longer time span of media/music/games growing up. My idea of nostalgia consists of my specific timeline of media growing up, but those with siblings were able to watch TV shows their older brother watched, or knows about that game their little sister played. I heard once only children are less likely to announce where they are going when they leave a room. Right away, I realized I do that, but my partner who grew up with two sisters tells me where he's about to go when he moves, even if it's to the bathroom. My BF is an only child, and it was his confusion at how I can be mad at my sister, who is also my roommate, 1 minute and turn around and get ice cream or go see a movie together. He grew up with a bunch of cousins around his age, but it was the quick turnaround of "I'm so mad at you" to "I wanna hang out, let's do something." Thinking friendship is like having siblings. It's not. I would never smash a toy on my friend's head and expect them to speak to me after. From personal experience, food habits. Like buying snacks to store at home and fully expecting them to not have been touched when you're gone, or eating slower at the dinner table because you're not fighting over the good food. As a teen, on the rare occasion my dad would steal a snack I got for myself, I'd freak out, whereas my friends with siblings just resigned themselves to the fate of snacks inevitably disappearing. My mom eats super fast at meals, and she attributes it largely to growing up with siblings. My husband hates sharing food. He is also very good at keeping himself entertained and busy. This was very evident during COVID when I was so bored and lost because all my previous hobbies and pastimes were outside the home and/or social activities. However, he just kept going and picked up so many new little hobbies that were independent. No tales of sibling violence. I'm the only child in my family. My mom said she learns from her mistakes. Pretty good at keeping ourselves entertained or doing things alone/being independent. I can't tell for adults, but when it's one of my kids' friends, the kid who ends up trying to hang out with the adults and gets overwhelmed by being in a group of kids has been an only child 100% of the time in my experience. From my own experience, not being as prone to loneliness. The only time I really feel lonely is when I'm around people I'd rather not be with. I am an only child. I've noticed I tend to make a lot of life choices on my own and don't seek out a lot of advice or ask for help when I could definitely use it. In fact, I've been pretty deep in tough situations when I finally have the realization that there are people and resources I can utilize. It's not so much I'm worried about asking for help, more like it doesn't even register in my brain that there is help outside of myself. On a more positive note, from personal experience, being secure with doing things alone. Edit, it's wild getting so many responses. This conversation really resonates with people. It's a fantastic study in how people really can't be put into nice little boxes. Everyone responds differently to life. Smiley face. They are very deliberate in their chosen relationships, e.g. friendships, partners, and are usually extremely independent, at least in my experience. Only child here. As a kid, I couldn't relate to other children. Their behavior was completely foreign to me. Even now that I'm old, most people seem odd. Interesting read as an only child. Maybe myself and others who I know are only children were raised differently, but I don't really see the lack of social skills and being unable to share things. From talking to others, people have noted I am pretty comfortable being alone or being in silence, which I thought was interesting. Smiley face. They enjoy quiet houses. Parent of an only. I'd say the ability to talk to adults at a young age and perhaps would rather talk to adults as a teen. Their pets as referred to as their siblings. They don't have any siblings. that they get blamed for everything. Apparently, I'm an only child. I don't know how I'm going to break that news to my parents, but my brother is sure not going to like finding out this way. If he keeps getting calls asking him about his whereabouts when he is out. Really unique relationships with parents. They usually have a very rigid idea and perception, their parents. For example, I have to call my mom every day or else she'll worry, or my dad is always right about underscore. I guess when you have siblings, there's more diversity in how you perceive your parents and their actions. But with only children, they seem to lack that holistic perspective. They think that siblings are basically live-in childhood best friends. When they are fine doing stuff alone, to an unusual level. We are loners or really introverted, some of us daydream a lot too. You have to use your imagination a lot when you spend your whole childhood playing alone in your house. They form bonds differently because unlike those with siblings, they reach out to cousins or friends. The misconception that only children have it easy, spoilt, lack social skills, or are indifferent to others is not true for all of us. Although I have seen where the comments may have rang true in some ways, I suppose. I do use the as a only child reference, never thought of it before, lol. I came from a poor family, so I'm definitely not seeing any benefits there. I do understand the views here though. I'm not taking the comments personally, because not every only child is the same. Plus what we were like as children we have hopefully grown and keep learning to be better as adults. Regardless if it's an only child or not, lol.